Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and I thought we could talk a little bit of Young Justice fandoms. Well, like every season of Young Justice fandoms closed, leaving us as many new questions as it answered. And probably one of the biggest questions was what Vandal Savage's intent is to do with those captured Kryptonians. Now, as many of you know, when we closed out the season, we got quite a few story threads wrapped up. And while the heroes were contemplating how to give the various Kryptonians some form of probation, maybe on Rimbor, the Light made its move via Vandal Savage's Warworld and a little Clarion magic to capture the Kryptonians who were put back into the Phantom Zone. Now, as it highlighted, Savage has a lot of prisoners in Warworld, but I doubt he has anything more powerful or effective than his own team of Kryptonians. So this makes you wonder, what is Savage's plans for all of these Kryptonians he has captured in Warworld? Well, we have to assume he is well aware of the power level of these individuals. He's had multiple dealings with Superman, and although I think his intent is to turn them into soldiers, well, probably more like slaves, ultimately he wants them to serve the Light. Now, quite honestly, I can't imagine a more formidable weapon in that ultimate battle with Darkseid. We did find out this season Savage and Darkseid are on a collision course, and sadly it doesn't really feel like there's a lot of heroes on the field there, but Savage does represent the side of order, just not the order we would like. Now, I think the key in Savage using these Kryptonians is having some level of control over them. We all know General Zod is not a follower, and I don't see Vandal Savage as the type that will kneel before Zod. Since we all are familiar with Kryptonians, we know there's pretty much only one way to do this, and that would be kryptonite. Although there hasn't been a lot of kryptonite used in the series before this year, we know it exists, and I'm pretty sure that will be the mechanism that Vandal Savage uses. If you remember in the finale of Season 1, Dick Grayson used kryptonite against Superman when he was battling Connor to remove the mind control that was affecting him. I think this was actually the same piece we saw him use in Season 4 in the Phantom Zone. Now, we also saw Metron had some kryptonite stashed away in his vault. Let's also not forget about that kryptonite-laced bomb. So because we've seen it at so many other instances, I have to believe other staples of the DC universe know about it, particularly Light member Lex Luthor. With Vandal Savage having access to Warworld, he can very easily explore space and go wherever he wants. This would allow him to locate and maybe even mine kryptonite to use in some kind of control mechanism or collar against his Kryptonian slaves. Now, this does beg the question on why Savage wouldn't use that kryptonite for other uses, and that should be considered. But just in the context of these Kryptonian prisoners, you have to think he has some mechanism in place or in mind to force them to do his bidding. Otherwise, why would he rescue them at all? I think the answer to these questions is in Season 5 of the show, and that brings us to our regular message. Make sure you are taking to social media to help get the show renewed. Renew Young Justice Season 5, and Save Earth 16 are the hashtags we've all been using. HBO Hero Mode has been teasing a lot about Young Justice in the last couple of weeks, and every post that they put up, related to Young Justice or not, is getting deluged with requests to renew the show. I'm still pretty hopeful, but I don't think our work is done. Now, obviously, if we get any news about Vandal Savage's plan for the Kryptonians, maybe in those Target comics, we'll bring it to you right away. But until then, I gotta know what you guys think. What do you think Vandal Savage's plan is with all of these Kryptonians he rescued from the Phantom Zone? And how do you believe he'll control those Kryptonians once they get fully charged by a yellow sun? Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not getting any updates. Peace.